Yo guys, what is going on? It is your boy. Welcome back to another upload. Guys, right as I was recording this video, Windows just sent me 6 updates. I don't know what's going on. Guys, thank you so much, obviously, for all the support on the channel. Glad you guys are finding a lot of the videos useful. And so we're going to continue to pile them on you guys. I told you guys we're going to be doing this double upload thing, and I'm assuming when the game comes out, well, you guys may have even more uploads. So if you guys don't want that, just unsub, because you guys will probably be spammed in your sub boxes with uploads and things like that. Today, guys, we're going to be talking about more price predictions that I have for you. Tomorrow, guys, on the channel, you guys can expect another really cool, fun video in the morning. And then tomorrow night, we're going to have a very in-depth EA Access guide for guys looking to make their first 10 to 15 to 20,000 coins. I'm going to have that out for you guys tomorrow night. So Friday night, make sure you guys book it, whether you guys got a date or you guys got somewhere to be. That will be up on the channel tomorrow night. So without further ado, all I'm going to ask you guys, if you enjoyed the video today, drop a thumbs up. Comments down below. Talk to me. I got to respond to like 80 comments in the last video, which was really good. Talk to me about players that you guys are curious about, prices early on, because I'm planning on doing one more of these before the game comes out. I just did one of the top tier meta, and I think today is a really good time. It's a really good time to go for it, guys. It's a good time to go for these lower tier players. So we're going to get into it, boys. And you know what we're talking about. So on the thumbnail, guys, Sancho, Dembele, Mendy. Those are the first few guys that we're going to be talking about. I think the first guy that we're going to talk about is that man, Ousmane Dembélé. So why is he going to be more expensive this year than last year? Well, it's very simple. EA gave him an insane composure boost. That's insane. And also, not only that, but he is back, guys. Ousmane Dembélé is back, and he's overpowered more than ever. He's got 5-star weak foot and 5-star skills in FIFA 20. If that doesn't sell it for you guys, I don't know what does. This guy is going to be unfreaking believable in FIFA 20. And not only that, but Bale got worse. Bale is not as good as he was last year in terms of overall and the ratings like that. So you guys could expect Ousmane Dembélé is going to be very expensive early on this year. So last year, you might ask, as an 82 rated, how did his card look? Well, his card, guys, last year still got up to 15,000 coins. I'm going to be going with 2 predictions in these videos. You guys know how we do, and we do that first early, EA Access price. What is going to be the first few days? And then what is going to be that first weekend league? Guys, I'm going to say the first few days, he's going to be 20, 15, 25K, and then he's going to work his way up. I'm thinking about 50 to 60,000 coins. The reason for that, again, he got a huge composure boost. Last year, he has 73 composure, and this year has 82 composure on his card. He's also got 78 positioning, 79 finishing, 94 acceleration, and 93 sprint speed. The guy's going to be unbelievable. And then he's got the 5-star, 5-star. Let me tell you something right now. 5-star, 5-star is the best pair of things to have in FIFA. Neymar has it. It's why Neymar is so good. So that's Ousmane Dembélé. Next up, guys, we've got Jadon Sancho. Very, very popular player going around the community at the moment. Got a big upgrade. He's a FIFA ambassador or an EA ambassador, what you guys would say it, which would be that EA really likes to put their marketing team behind this guy. So he's a very popular player. He's probably going to actually win the first Bundesliga Player of the Month. So just keep that in mind if you're looking at his card. But he still has 5-star skills, and he also got a weak foot upgrade. He doesn't just have a 3-star weak foot next year. He has a 4-star weak foot in FIFA 20, guys. That's pretty much a big deal in my eyes. So 4-star weak foot, guys, as the upgrade into FIFA 20. He also got a massive composure boost. It's really interesting if you actually go back and you look at last year's card. On his 90 rated FFS, he had 69 composure. 69. And now he's got 80 composure on his base card. And composure is one of the biggest stats in FIFA because it almost represents of how the card is going to do around net with other cards, factoring in different stats. Composure is the biggest stat, in my opinion, on these cards. So 78 finishing with 80 composure, and he's got 89 acceleration and 87 sprint speed. I think you're going to be looking at Jadon Sancho being a very similar trend to Ousmane Dembélé. I think even though Ousmane Dembélé is much better, I think Sancho's going to be 10 to 20K, and I think first weekend league, guys, you're going to be looking about 35 to 50K for Sancho. He could even get more. Something I want to tell you guys, and another card I'm going to talk about in this video is a card that we'll talk about next, and this is why he could be even more. Timo Werner, man. Last year, Timo Werner, he did get a Team League 1, so his card was not supplied. This guy got up to 120K, man. So people pay for pace. People pay for sweat. People pay for popular cards. Timo Werner is the next up in this video today. Don't worry, guys. We're going to be talking Premier League. We're going to be talking some of those players, but it's important to talk about some of these Bundesliga players that are going to get into a lot of your teams. So we're going to talk Timo Werner to start off. 93 acceleration, 92 sprint speed, 86 finishing, and then he's got 74 composure. So that's a stat that's going to hurt him a bit. My price prediction on Werner is that, yeah, he's going to get up very similar to Ousmane Dembélé. I think he'll start off being about 20, 25, 30. But with Royce in this league now, I think that you're going to see this card even as an 83. He's going to have a similar trend to Jesus last year. Last year, Jesus was almost like 50, 60, 70. I think he's going to do the same thing. So I'm going to predict that for Mr. Timo Werner. Next up, guys, Gabriel Jesus, a very popular Premier League player. I think this is a guy that, you know what, he got a downgrade this year. And for that reason, it may be why you're looking at him. So Gabriel Jesus, guys, in this upcoming year, 4-star skills, 3-star weak foot. If you go back and you look at his card from last year, and this is always a big deal, and it's a helper, right? You get to see what that card looked like last year. Jesus was 62K, 70K. So the rise on these cards is big. I think Jesus will start off being about 20K, 22, 23, 24. I think he's going to get up to about 45 to 50. Inflation will be big, but his card, you have to remember, it's not as good as it was last year. He loses a pace. He loses not that much else, but just the appeal of him losing a rating overall is definitely going to hurt his card a little bit next year. Now, the next up player that we're going to talk about is Ferland Mendy. Mendy's a very popular player, a guy that a lot of people like to put into their teams. I've been seeing a lot of starter squads going around Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and this is a guy that's in a lot of your teams. Now, I think it's going to be a weird one where I think Mendy's going to start off with like a weird price range, and then he's going to actually start to get updated and things like that. Mendy reminds me of maybe a Davinson Sanchez from last year, where I think he's going to keep capping his price range. I think it'll start off his price range at 10K. I think he'll go extinct. I think he'll go to 20K. I think he'll go extinct. And then I think he'll hang out somewhere in that 20 to 40K range. I think so. The reason why I don't think he'll go much past that, 2 reasons, right? He's an 80 rated, and also Jordi Alba is a very popular player, and he's 87 rated. Jordi Alba never really goes much more than 70K, 80K. And you also have to remember that Marcelo's an 85 now. So Marcelo's going to be a little bit more accessible also for the same team. But what that reminds me of is we got to talk about Yedder Militao, man. Yedder Militao is going to be a very good card in this upcoming FIFA, and he's also an 81 rated. I think because of the in-game stats, because of the Brazil hype, I think you may be looking at a peak on that first weekend league of somewhere between 40 and 55K. I think that's possible, guys. I really, really do, because I think this guy is very overpowered in this game. He's medium high, he's 6'1". He's going to be one of the best center backs in the game, even as an 81 rated. And I think people know that. So I think it might be something early on where you have some price range troubles. What you guys got to remember when you look at a card like that, Davinson Sanchez last year, he had a good card. And we'll talk about Davinson Sanchez right now because he's still one of the better center backs in the league. Davinson Sanchez's 84 card last year, arguably one of the best Prem center backs, got all the way up to about 70,000 coins. So can Militao surpass that? I don't think so. But is it possible? Yeah, it's possible. So I think Militao is going to hang out there. And then we'll talk about Davinson Sanchez, right? Still one of the better Prem center backs. Don't think he'll be as crazy as last year, but I do think Davinson Sanchez will start off in that first few days, 10, 15, 20K. And I think over time, you're going to see Davinson Sanchez work his way up. And I think eventually Davinson Sanchez will probably end up being about 35 to 40,000 coins for that first weekend league. It's important to think about the first weekend league price and what a guy is going to be for that weekend league. Witsel's been a player that a lot of you guys seem to like in the beta. This is a guy that is super popular amongst people's, regards of who's good and who's not good in the beta. Witsel's an interesting guy because he's an 85 rated, which means for me initially he'll start off being about 20 to 25K. I think because of how good he is in game, you're going to see this guy move up probably 35, 40, 45K, maybe even 40 to 60 for that first weekend league. It'll be interesting to see how accurate I am with these price predictions. The next one that I want to talk about with you guys is Saint-Maximin. This is why I wanted to do this. It's actually the shortcut. That's why I type in his first name. First, I think this guy is going to have a lot of flair to him because he got the 5-star skills and the 4-star weak foot. What you guys have to understand is that he's not amongst the top right wings in the Prem. So this guy is a guy that I think you guys are going to be able to afford in foot. I think this is a guy 100% that will be affordable. I think you guys he'll start off being about 3,000, 4,000 coins. He'll probably work his way up to the higher amounts of 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 coins. But overall, I don't think he'll be that expensive. The next guy we're going to go to, I'm kind of going rapid fire so I can get a ton of players in this video for you guys. Havertz, man. Havertz came out and he doesn't have a 5-star weak foot in FIFA 20. Unfortunately, he's only got a 4-star weak foot. So I think you may see that limit his rise just a little bit, guys, just because he doesn't have that 5-star weak foot. I do think it's going to impact his card price as you look at, who's going to be the top dogs, who's not in the Bundesliga, and especially with Royce coming into the game this year. I think you're going to see Havertz start off in the, in the 10 to 20K range. I think he will progress up to that 30 to 50K range. I know he's still a 4-star, but I do think Havertz is still going to, I think it's the lower end of that, 25 to 35. I leave that other range for that first weekend league, just in case some of these guys explode. It's these top leagues, guys, you never really know with these players what they're going to be. Another really popular player that we got to talk about is Ben Yedder. Ben Yedder. All right, very in-demand card coming into this game. I think a lot of people planning on getting the starter teams with him. 10 to 20K is my prediction for him to be the first few days. I do think he's going to go 20 to 40K first weekend league. Ben Yedder this year established himself in FIFA as a full-on amazing FIFA player. And I think that's going to carry over into the game next year. I think you guys are going to see it in full force. I don't see a way where Ben Yedder is not that expensive. Even though, you know, he's a little bit lower rated as the 83, I just can't see a world where Ben Yedder is not that expensive, if you guys kind of, you know, catch my vibe there. So I think he's got to be expensive. Next up, guys, we're going to speak about Martial. Martial is a Manchester United player, which is going to add hype on him alone. I think Martial, you know, I think he'll start off. If you look last year, Martial as an 83 rated, he was good, but he wasn't like the old days. He got up to 55K. So I think I'm going to say the same thing for him this year. I think he'll start off maybe 20, 25, but I think he's going to work his way up to 50 to 70. I think there's a chance that, yeah, he could go up to 60 to 65. The reason I'm saying that is that Son is no longer a left wing. Son is now a central player next year, and that's a big deal. When you lose a left winger, it's a big deal. So Son is now central, and that was a go-to for a lot of people left wing. I was just trying to make a team in a hybrid with the Premier League, and for me, guys, honestly, Martial was a really, really good option for a lot of the teams, and that's what you're going to see early on. You're going to see the players who are getting into a lot of hybrids are the ones that are doing the best in price. So that's, in my opinion, you know, you're going to see a big price tag on that. A lot of people are asking me about Konate, Upamecano. Guys, don't worry about these two. In my eyes, they don't go over 10K, and if they do, they hardly go over that price. These guys are going to be affordable. As much as everybody's looking around for these guys and thinking, oh my God, can I get him? I think these guys will start off, maybe they're even most expensive on the first few days, because I think these are the kinds of players that everybody's thinking about going for early on. And then after that early point, they're going to kind of progress past these players and not use them anymore. So I think that's something you guys got to consider when you're looking into using these cards. I do think they're players that people move past over time and really quickly, actually. I don't think they hold on to these players for the whole cycle of FUT. I think it's a player that you move past. Next up, we're going to talk about Leon Goretzka. Now, Leon Goretzka out of packs even peaked at 40K last year, 45K. I don't think he's going to go that much higher than that. I'm going to set a max range on Goretzka this year as a 50 to 55K player. He did get an upgrade, and the Bundesliga is going to be very popular. I think he'll start off being 15 to 20, and I think you'll see him rise up really nicely. He's got high work rates in the Bundesliga, which goes a long way, and I think you guys can't overlook that. I think he's going to be a very, very elite tier center mid for your Bundesliga teams. Next up, we're going to talk about his teammate, which is Serge Gnabry, a.k.a. the perfect link. Serge Gnabry, guys, is a 4-star right mid in the Bundesliga, obviously. And he's got fantastic stats. If you look at some of his in-games, 92 acceleration with 81 finishing, 86 agility, 87 balance, 82 attack positioning. This guy's got it all, man. This guy has a really, really solid card. So I think you got to look into this card as a serious contender for a very, very nice-looking card in FIFA 20, boys. I really think that this is a solid card going forward. I think when you look at the core price and what he could be, Gnabry's going to hit a price that he's never hit in FUT before. I think there's a chance that this guy competes with Sancho and might even beat out Sancho. I could see this guy as a first weekend league price being all the way up at 60K. Do I think it's full on likely? It's going to be hard, that's for sure. I don't know if he's going to go all the way there, but I think there's definitely a chance and there's a shout for him to go all the way, man, with that big time price. So yeah, I wanted to point that out to you guys. There's a lot of other players that I want to talk about with you guys in this video. The first one I think is Vidal. Vidal's been a lot of people's starter teams. I think he's going to be the discard price of the 84s, but I think a lot of people are then going to start to use him. You're going to probably see this card be maximum probably 17 to 25K. Might start off being 8 to 10 and then eventually move his way up to that price. I don't think he'll be all that expensive. I think I wanted to talk about Sissoko and Dembele for you guys. Two players that a lot of you are all seeming like you're planning on using in your teams. For me, guys, Sissoko and Dembele, you have to be realistic. They're really not going to pass. This is the thing I was talking about today. Bakayoko, guys, you guys know in FIFA 18 how used this card was. If you don't know, everybody used this card in FIFA 18, guys. Bakayoko was that guy back in the day. And even Bakayoko in FIFA 18, when he had that Chelsea card that everybody was using, he never passed an insane price. The highest he ever got was 27K. When you're an 80 rated, guys, an 81 rated like Sissoko and Dembele, it's very simple. These guys are going to always struggle to break that 30K mark unless they're literally like the only player in that position. just because they are so low rated, right? So they're going to get packed a ton, and EA is going to supply them very nicely. So Sissoko and Dembele, guys, I think for you guys can all expect not to go to that insane price. I think they will remain probably, if they even get up to that crazy point, I really don't see them, boys, going higher than like 15K. I think that's the most they're going to go. I don't think they're going to go crazy. Lucas was a player that I wanted to talk about with you guys because this dude has a nuts card. Lucas has serious potential to go like 30 to 40K this year. He has a 4-star card with 95 acceleration, 82 finishing, 93 agility. And when you're in the Premier League and you're Brazilian, that's a big deal. Also got to think about who he links to. Son, right? That's also a big deal. So because he links to Son, you may see this card get a little bit hyped up, a little bit more than he should. Probably starts off being 10 to 15K. May work his way up to double to triple. A big Premier League trend that you guys will see is a lot of the Premier League players will double or triple their value in a very short amount of time. So just keep that in mind with the Premier League. Next up, we've got Pepe. Now, Pepe has a chance to go out of packs with the ones to watch. If that happens, yeah, there's a chance that he's going to get up to that 30 to 40K range. I don't think he'll pass 50K because last year, guys, Riyad Mahrez never passed 50K. And Riyad Mahrez was almost in everybody's team. He had really nice skills. His player card was really, really solid. So because Riyad Mahrez, I don't think passes that value, for me, it's going to be hard for Pepe to pass that value. Even out of packs, even with all that going on, I just don't see Pepe really going up that much. I think that'll be hard for him to do. So yeah, I wanted to make this video for you guys tonight. I wanted to get this out for you. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Some early price predictions, guys, at some pretty meta, cheaper cards. If you guys want another one, man, just drop a thumbs up. And I know from you guys that, because not on stream, I don't get to cover all these guys. I want to cover the really important players for you guys and get this out on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching the video tonight, and I'll see you guys in the video soon. Peace.